days the president will be making a comeback to the mountain, or the president will be visiting the mountain to sell his agenda. Remember, since the impeachment of the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, the mountain has been boiling and the mountain has not settled down. And the president seemed to be making a comeback just to try and what I'll call soften the mountain, so that the mountain can be friendly to him come 2027. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua made his camp on the mountain, or has camped on the mountain ever since he was impeached as the deputy president. He was the Rigathi Gachagua used the phrase usiguze mlima, and indeed he has made sure that none touches the mountain. Rigathi Gachagua moves around the mountain in various rallies, selling his agenda, or trying to paint himself as the spokesperson of the mountain. Give credit to Riggy, because Riggy seemed to have won the mountain's heart, and it will be a tall order, or it will be a difficult task for the president again to snatch away the mountain from the hands of one Riggy. Some PSS, some emissaries of the president has already been dispatched to the mountain to try and appeal to the crowd that to give their leaders, or to respect their leaders during this visit of the president to the mountain. Recently, CS Muturi was given a speech to read on behalf of president in Embu, and the crowd did not want to hear that speech, or the crowd chanted him and shut him down before he even read the speech. So leaders from the mountain has been trooping to the mountain to try and talk to the people to respect the leaders who are going to be addressing people. Leaders from the mountain have been visiting the area and urging the residents, or urging the electorates from the mountain, to respect the leaders who are going to be given time to speak during the president visit. Remember, you cannot ignore the numbers of the mountain. The mountain has a huge voting chunk, rather that you cannot do away with, and the president is well aware of this, and that's why he has opted to visit the mountain and to try and calm it down. Before his visit, remember, the president had made some appointments, and those appointments seem to be leaning towards the mountain. The president brought in one Kiambu former governor known as Kabogo. He also brought in Lee Kinyanchui. He also brought in Nderitu Gachagua, and in Nyeri he also picked the former CS for Health, who is going to be now the CS for Agriculture, who is none other than Mutahi Kahiga. So the president made a lot of appointments that are trying to appease, or to bring the mountain on board. A move that some critics still argue that is not going anywhere, or a move that some critics say that is not going to help in any way for the president, unless the president makes peace with the former of the impeached deputy president. Remember, the impeached deputy president has said that he has no bylaw, he has not ill feelings against the president, but one thing he reminded the president is that the mountain never forgets and the mountain forgives. So the president should expect come 2027 a backlash from the mountain, a backlash in terms of voting and not a backlash in terms of violence. That tells you that the president is doing everything that he can to visit the mountain and to try to bring it on board. Embu has been well known for not being friendly to the government, especially based on the events that are taking place in that region. Most of the leaders who are sent with the speeches from the government normally receive a cold reception. In the recent event of abductions, the only legislator that stood firm and spoke is this young legislator from Embu. I'm trying to remember his name, but it has escaped my mind. He is the only politician that stood up strongly and condemned the abduction that were really taking place. Remember, one of the abductees was from Embu, and the legislator said that it's not going to be business as usual unless the person that was abducted is going to be returned. But we give thanks to God, because the person that was abducted returned safely, and he's now reunited with the family. So we don't know the reception. But remember, Embu governor has not been receiving good reception in the area, especially she's been accused of remaining mum during the abductions, and most leaders say that she should have spoken out, considering that one of the person who was abducted, or one of the abductees, came from her region. So we are going to see what is going to transpire during this visit of the president in the mountain region. The president has decided that he's going indeed to Guza Mrima. So let's see what is going to transpire. If it is your first time on my channel, please do not leave without hitting that subscription button and put on a notification bell. I'll see you later.